I wanted to talk today about muzzleloading for dummies, and I need muzzleloading for dummies because I like simple. You know, very complex, high strategy when it comes to whitetail hunting, but when it boils down to the weapon, I just want it to work and I want it to fire. And so, you know, it's not that I have low expectations for accuracy, it's just that I want it to go off. And so if I'm gonna suffer the weapon possibly not going off because of some powder or primer that I'm using, 209 shotgun primer, then I don't want to use the weapon. So what I'm doing every year, I'm using a CVA Acura, I believe it's a plains rifle, and very accurate muzzleloader. Now I'll talk about my combination right now. I'm using the Barnes T Easy Bullet. Again, easy because I can push it right down the barrel. Last year we had to reload, and I ended up, I didn't have to shoot the buck. He was going down, looking back in the film, but I wanted to make sure I put another round in him. I was able to get it down very quickly. T Easy, easy meaning you can push down the bullet, you can push down the barrel pretty easy, the sabot. Easy, just using 777 pellets. I use 100 grains because I'm really not shooting over 200 yards too much, and we're gonna shoot 200 yards here in a second. And I'm just using 777 209 shotgun primers for this, and they're muzzleloading primers. I believe they're a little bit hotter. Make sure it goes off. That's a great combination I've found, and I've used this combination with my TC Omega that I have, but I upgraded finally to this. I had the other gun for probably 15 years, the other muzzleloader, and I finally upgraded to this, and this has been really nice. So we gave the other one to Diane, but she has already hit tagged out this year with a big buck, so she's not muzzleloader hunting. To me, a lot of people overcomplicate muzzleloading, and I'm gonna go through what I do. I'm thoroughly cleaning the barrel the best that I can. I'm cleaning it just simply with a muzzleloader solvent. Cleaning it out, nothing special. I'm running a wire brush through it a few times and getting it really wet, and then I'm going back through with patches, and I'm running those patches through it until it's clean. And so if I've cleaned it properly from the year before, it's not too dirty going out this time. And that's how I'm starting the season. I want my gun perfectly clean, and then I'm going from there. What I find is it doesn't matter if you're in between cleanings, or, you know, I'll talk about just bench cleanings here, or if you're in between full season cleanings where you're doing that deep cleaning like I do at the end of the season and start the season. But your accuracy to me and where you hit down range is going to suffer with every shot. And so I believe that I'll use my muzzleloader. I'll often shoot it 25 to 30 times throughout the season. And so I have a system that even if I'm shooting it 25, 30 times, I'm having repeating accuracy for that entire time, and it's going to be good enough for me. And I say muzzleloading for dummies, but this is my system for shooting out to 200 yards and knowing I can take down a buck at that distance. My son Jake, several years ago, shot one at 184 yards with our system, and I told him where to aim. We're going to expect about a 16-inch drop, but the way we have set this up at 200 yards, we're going to expect about a 10-inch drop, 12-inch drop at 175. At 150, we're more like 4 inches. We're getting down to 120, 40. It's in that range. We know where it's hitting. We're practicing a lot with them. We're shooting it a lot. And this system that I use will keep your muzzleloader clean and you happy with where you're hitting down range. Now, like I said, I'm doing that full cleaning before. I'm just making sure the barrel's shiny, and that we're cleaning out the breech plug, and basically anywhere that that could get fouled up because of the primer. Even the primer going off is putting some dust in there and some powder. So what I'm doing is, after I get this all cleaned up, I'm just taking one 209 primer and I'm firing it down through the barrel, just make sure there's no debris in there. I actually put it, I'm really protective of this kind of stuff. I want to make sure, so I put it in front of a leaf or something, the end of the barrel, just to make sure it's pushing a lot of air out the barrel, and I'm still getting clean passage through there. And so that's where I'm starting. Now, I shot one round downrange, and I don't take a deep cleaning and then go out and hunt with it. My accuracy is set for that second shot, third shot, fourth shot, fifth shot, and then we'll talk about what I do after that fourth and fifth shot. So that first bullet, I want to just get downrange and get out of the barrel, and then now I'm into the accuracy. So I set this gun up about 3 inches high at 100 yards, and that's hitting often slightly low at 150. I'm only putting 100 grains through here, and this is just what I've observed. So the first shot at 3 inches high was 1 inch left. So I'm aiming at center, 3 inches high, 1 inch left. The second shot was only about a 1/2 inch right, 3 inches high, and that's more my normal shot. So I feel good about that. That's repeating from the year before. From last year, it's about the same. So now I feel I've run 2 rounds through it. I have a good 3rd and 4th round that I can run through this, and even a 5th round. And you'll notice it following up a little bit with each shot. And so I want to make sure that I have my ramrod marked. I'm pushing it all the way down so that it's hitting that mark, so I'm getting that same consistent depth every single time. And I can't remember exactly, but I believe it hits higher if I don't put it down all the way, but I'm not sure that. It either hits higher or lower, but when I hit it on that mark, I don't have to worry about it. So I'm pushing that bullet or that sabot all the way down, seating it. I'm not cramming it down there. And now I feel like I'm good for these subsequent shots. So now I'm going to shoot at 200. I've already shot at 100. We've seen where they're hitting. I'm going to shoot at 200, see where that's hitting. And then what I'll do is, again, I'm really careful with the stuff. I'll probably, once I see it where it's hitting that 200 on the 3rd shot and where I want to be, then I'm going to take it through and I'm going to do a bench cleaning. And all I'm doing with the bench cleaning is I'm not using a wire brush or anything. I'm simply taking a patch, I'm putting some of the muzzleloader solvent on it, just a light amount, and I'm putting it through, and then I'm running that patch through 5 or 6 times after, and that seems to get the majority of the fouling out to where I can subsequently keep that same pattern, that same accuracy, and that's all I need to do for my 25 shots that I'll take during muzzleloader season by coming back to the range and shooting it out. I'm pretty particular, so I don't like leaving a shot. I've heard of some of my friends will just leave it loaded the whole muzzleloader season. I don't like doing that. I do try to leave my muzzleloader in the truck so that it's maintaining a consistent temperature. It's not getting moisture in the barrel. So what I'm doing is I shot the first shot. I'm not saying it's a throwaway shot. It should be close, but my 2nd, 3rd, 4th shots are where they really should be. So I just shot the 2nd round. That's a 1/2 inch off to the right. Really good accuracy. It's only 1.5 inches at most from the 1st round. So, you know, almost a 1 inch group at 100 yards. I'm going to shoot 200, see where it's at. I really want to see the drop. I'm going to make sure I have a careful shot. I would expect it to be 16 inches low, so I have a piece of cardboard down there that drops 3 feet, so I can see anywhere that that's going to hit down there. And I especially want to see my left and right. I would expect that I don't want it to be more than 2 inches off left or right, 2.5 inches at the most. And we'll see how far it drops too. Now, because I'm really particular, when I come back, I'm ready to go hunting at that point. I feel like it's good. It's hitting where it should be. It's hitting where it's always at. So I'm actually going to give it that bench cleaning after I get back here, after shooting the 200. If my 200's a little off, I'll shoot a 4th round at 200, just see how it's hitting. But I'm going to perform that bench cleaning afterwards. And after the bench cleaning, I'm going to shoot a 209 primer through it to clean out any debris. And then I'm going to fire another one at 100 yards or 200 yards, see where it hits. That's more my, just for fun, shoot it, see how it repeats compared to that bullet number 1 when I was out here. And then I'll be hunting on that 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round tonight and tomorrow morning, whatever it might be. And like I said, I'll leave that either on the porch or in the truck so that it maintains that temperature. I don't want to bring it in, get it hot inside, form condensation that might affect one of those pellets that are down in the barrel in some way. And then I can repeat that pattern of shooting and cleaning every 4 to 5 shots, just doing the bench cleaning with 1 semi-wet patch and then running 4 or 5 dry patches through it. And that seems to be the ticket. You know, I love muzzleloading. I want the gun to go off. I've tried different loads. Either the bullet's too tight, the sabot's too tight in the barrel, and it's a lot of work to get down. You know, this could be in the field. I might have to take a 2nd shot like we did last year. It was a crazy hunt. Dylan was sitting with me. We filmed it all. That was a typical great muzzleloader hunt. I need to get that bullet down, so I don't want to use something that's too loose. I've used some of the rounds. I'm not going to badmouth any of the rounds that are pretty sloppy going down. You can almost drop them down, it seems like. Yeah, not very hard to push down, but the accuracy suffers. So you have to find that balance. This is still pretty difficult to push down, but not too bad. So that's number 1, that's important. I've used powders that take a lot more primer, and you cannot have that breech plug fouled or plugged up in any way, or it's not going off. I've literally, with a certain powder, I've gone through 2 canisters of it. I've put with a dirty breech plug, just trying it out and playing around, at the beginning of the season, I've put a sabot right down here on the ground like 20 yards out, where it just poof, went out the back and rolled, and that was it. I had a buddy in Pennsylvania, Carl, someone I've hunted with a lot. We were down on public land down there, and he had a booner come down. We don't know if it was 10 or 12 point, but it was in that 180 to 190 inch range. And he was 45 yards away from it. It was on the side of the hill. He put 4 primers through his barrel, and the gun never went off. It was highly fouled. He hadn't cleaned it. It was his own fault. He'll readily admit that. He went back, got a 10, 30-second drill, and cleaned it out a little bit in the back end of that breech plug. Just a shame. But I believe if he was using a setup like this with a 777 and some decent primers, that he would have still had that gun go off and not had to worry about that. And so maybe another powder is a little bit more accurate, but I just put 2 rounds downrange, the first 2 shots of the season right here, probably less than 1.5 inches from each other. I'm completely happy with that. The accuracy and the repeatability is really well. And so again, it goes back to, I want to get that combination that gives me the most accuracy, but not suffering getting this down the barrel during the hunt, actual hunting. We're not just sitting out here flinging out here for practice all the time. We're actually hunting with it. So I want to get this down the barrel, and I want it to go off at all costs. I don't want to have to worry about that ever. So I've never had any misfires, never had any hang fires out there, because if it's going to hang fire back here, or you're going to have to clean it ultra clean before you can hunt, then I don't want it. I don't want that combination. So this is a combination I found that works really well. And the accuracy suffers the more you shoot, but I think even if I'm going through 25 rounds, by having that heavy cleaning to begin with, and then a cleaning every 4 to 5 rounds, and then I'm not worrying about that first shot, even though downrange it's still only 1 inch off from where I was trying to hit, then I think we can do pretty well. Now for muzzle loading, I like a scope that goes down to a low power. This goes down to 2 power. And it's a low profile, which I really like. It's a 2 to 10 by 40. It's a Razor HD from Vortex. And yeah, this has been one of my favorite scopes that I've had. You can actually on 2 power see a part of the barrel coming up in the bottom. And I like that because it's close. I had it on 2 power when that buck came over the ridge and into my lap last year with the doe. And I mean, the shot was maybe 25 yards, something like that. So it keeps me, especially in low light and brushy situations where I like to hunt the late season back by hardwood regeneration. We're going to be sitting out in the redneck tonight, and I can shoot out to 225 yards, 230 yards, right around there. Diane shot a buck at 235 with a rifle last Friday, our target buck, split brow. Awesome buck. And I want to be able to still reach out and poke. And so I'm going to get this at 200 yards. I hope that makes sense for that system. Again, that deep cleaning. Then that first round, I want to hit close, but I'm really paying attention to the second, third, and fourth round. Then after the 4th or 5th round, I'm giving it a bench cleaning where I'm putting a wet patch through, pulling it out, and then I'm putting 5 patches, dry patches through that cleans it out. And then I'm repeating those steps. And that gets me through the muzzleloader season. And then you want to keep a deep cleaning at the end of the season and then start it next year. Of course, it's not going to get dirty in between, but I want to make sure this thing goes off, and I want to make sure that breech plug is always clean. And we're going to go muzzleloader hunting tonight. We had a lot of fun. I'm actually going to take the bow in the morning because we're back in a real tight area, actually where I shot the buck last year with this, and we're getting some secondary rut action, and that's what muzzleloader season is all about. Most people miss that secondary rut, but if you have unpressured food sources and cover, whether you're on public land or private land, you hit the secondary rut. You should see the scrape starting to open right now. We're right at December 3rd, I believe, or December 4th, right around there. And we have that opening and those scrapes opening right now, so it gives us a perfect muzzleloader opportunity. And this is my system. To me, it's muzzleloader for dummies. I need it because I'm a dummy most of the time. So I need it to work and fire and not suffer too much downrange with the accuracy. This is a system that you can use. I've used it for a long time. Been using a muzzleloader since the mid-90s. I was a TC Firehawk, was the first muzzleloader I had with the number 11 percussion cap back in the day. And I've loved it ever since then, taking a lot of deer with them. So have fun. Hope you're enjoying your muzzleloaders this year. And it's a special time of the year. And I've been happy to upgrade to this gun right here. I'm not sponsored by CBA or anything, but I just love it. We're going to have fun tonight.